I was gonna say, if this shocks me on my tea kettle again, and you guys laugh, I'm going to punch you in the nose. Turn it on. It works fine.
We wouldn't laugh at you, Penny.
Never.
At least not much.
What's a nose?
I know you, crisscross. All right.
Okay. So
the next question I have is, can we jury rig the air tanks to where that Mo can breathe with one, even if he's just holding his breath and taking a breath off a tube and holding it closed the rest of the time?
Yeah. Mo can actually fit into one of these suits, not comfortably, but he'll be able to move.
Okay then.
And there is a penalty for using the suits that applies to everyone anyway.
All right.
Where did I put the penalty? There it is. Okay, got it. So, okay. So, what did we agree on? What is your next move?
Well, when that water spout went away, what did it reveal?
Calm water.
All around?
Yes. All of the water is now calm. And you can't see more than a few meters below the waves.
What did the diary tell us to do?
Well, let's take a look.
There's a device.
Didn't actually say much from what I skimmed over in regards to this.
Well,
really.
If you scroll down far enough, you can actually read it without all of the funky text. Let's see. No, it's not that one. It's probably the previous one. And scroll down to the funky text. Let's see. Alright, where did I put it? It's probably in the third one again. Okay. I'm going backwards because I thought that it was... let's see. Preparations for the journey offshore from Christmas Island are complete. The PBY seaplane is ready and the pilot will get the coordinates and file the flight plan from the Pharaoh's minister any time now. He tells me he will not have enough fuel, so I have therefore ordered a tender to leave immediately. We will contact the vessel and refuel, preferably on arrival, so we will have full tanks on the return trip. Let's see. Nope, that just talks about stormers dying. They call you guys even stormers. They won't call you storm knights because
That's a cultural thing.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Pharaoh has given me an important assignment. I am to arrange for a transport plane to fly him to a point in the Indian Ocean near Christmas Island within the next 2 weeks. I have determined it has something to do with a device he and the Gaunt Man constructed together. What I wouldn't give to see the device for myself. Thus, I shall be ever vigilant to take care of my Pharaoh's needs, and perhaps he will bring me with him. That's the important one right there, is page 123.
We'll take him with him.
Well, I wouldn't say that's the important part. Out of that,
Can I call someone from the audience?
no. Read
Can I phone a
that
friend?
paragraph. Read that paragraph, and figure it out.
Which page again?
Page Sheriff's Journal, page 123. The first.
Is it underwater?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we pretty much already knew that. I was just hoping there was a little more directions than down.
We're in the middle of the ocean. The only direction is down.
Yeah, but there's an awful lot of down there.
yeah. Well, no help for it. She picks up a diving suit and starts to wiggle in it. Come on, guys. Get dressed.
Okay, so let's kind of address equipment here, okay, and see what we can do. Thuban, obviously you're going to have to stay up top, okay?
Is that going to be for the entire rest of the act?
Not necessarily. There may be things that you can help with. You've got a radio that you can listen with, okay? And you might be able to help move things so that the group can actually get them.
Okay.
Okay? And Captain LaFleur looks at you and he says, "I will stay with you."
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know any good card games?
Ah ha ha ha. Oui. You are now talking my language.
No,
Okay.
he's not. No, he's not talking your language.
So, the dive suit is a
Just more
bulky,
touch
cumbersome 30 style dive suit with bells for helmets, composed of heavy rubber coated cloth. The helmets have 3 small windows with brass cages on the front and sides, lamps, and radio communicators. Big air tanks connect to the helmet and are strapped on the back. These are weird science things. They look strange. With enough air for 2 hours. Okay. A character wearing this suit suffers -1 to all dex and strength related rolls. So, the way that you would do that is you would open your character sheet. I'm going to grab something other than. Okay, let's grab Captain LaFleur. Come on, open up. Oh, for heaven's sake. All right, so what you would do is you've got your attributes block, and your dexterity is going to be -1, and your strength is going to be -1.
So we just had modifier -1.
Yeah, just put the mod in there, -1 for dex and strength, and don't forget to remove it once you're done.
Does it give any defense or no?
Yes, it will. Hang on for just a minute. To all dex and strength related rolls, find and evidence analysis are also going to be at a mod of -1. So in the skills sections, you just put a -1 under the mod for each of those.
Under find and what else?
Find and evidence analysis.
Only the things I'm good at.
Well, that means that you've still got a leg up on everybody else who's going down.
So it's the find enough evidence analysis -1, right?
Yes, just put it in your mod. That way you don't have to fight with it all that much.
And you just said added some to defense?
Yes, it is armor. So under your armor, just put add. Dive suit. And it gives you +3 armor all over. Now, any other armor that you've got will not stack with it. Actually, wait a minute. Mo, do you still have... okay, Captain Gonzalez. Let me open that up. Let's see.
No, I do not.
No, you do not. Okay, so it was because of the Rocket Ranger suit. Okay.
Yes.
So, yeah, you don't have any other armor that will stack with it. Okay. So, let's see. With a max dex of 8. So, not only do you take a penalty, but your dexterity is actually at a maximum of 8. Okay, where am I at? What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing?
Does anyone ever truly know
No.
what they're doing?
No, I don't think so. I trip over my mind all the time. Okay, let's see. Though these suits are segmented and self-sealing, a section may be punctured if the character takes a wound with an outstanding success, granting an additional -1 to dex and strength-based rolls. The victim begins to drown in a number of rounds equal to strength -5, unmodified, unless they use emergency escape rockets to propel themselves immediately to the surface. And yes, there are emergency escape rockets built around the feet and around the lower back of the dive suits. So you can get back up quickly.
All right. Does my stab vest fit underneath this?
It does, but it doesn't stack. So you cannot get any benefit from the stab vest. And besides, it makes things really, really that much tighter.
All right, I'll take that off
Okay.
for now. And then what else? Yeah, I'll take all my weapons off, particularly the taser and the shotgun. Do my
Okay.
power gloves fit underneath?
Your power gloves do not fit underneath. Actually, wait a minute. I'm trying to imagine the description on these gloves. I know that we wrote down a description for them. Hang on. Oh, that's Mo. I need Penny.
They look like black mechanics gloves.
Okay, so yeah, they would fit underneath. Damage strength +4, unarmed combat. Okay, but here's what I'm going to say. The suit is potentially more fragile, and I say potentially more fragile, than what these Tech 27 gauntlets or gloves can do for you. So here's what we're going to do. If you use them and you get damage strength +4, if you have them activated, if you take a mishap, okay, the mishap will be just like puncturing your suit.
Okay.
Does
Fair
that make
enough.
sense?
Yeah.
Now,
Well, I'll try to remember it, right? Everybody, you heard that?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got that? Good.
Get it? Got it? Good.
now, here's the other part. If you roll a 1, 2, or 3 while you're underwater, the power gloves, well, you'll be disconnecting anyway if you roll a mishap, but on a 1, 2, 3, or 4, you will disconnect and the power gloves will stop working anyway. But it's only on a mishap that you'll get a hole in your suit, and,
Okay.
and it'll actually be in the gloves themselves, the gauntlets themselves. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Okay. Now, there are other items that can be hooked on. You've got spear guns.
Everybody?
Let's see, if anyone wants to take a spear gun,
I'll take one.
damage
Yeah, we'll all take,
14,
yeah.
range 3.
I would send my
7,
zombie with you
15.
if I could, but we left him back at the base.
Yeah, I was gonna say ammo 5. Okay, 1 turn, 2, reload, normal dex test.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. That's the spear gun. Anybody taking, one or more spear guns? You could. Blah, blah, blah. These do have straps on them, so you can strap them over you. And I
Okay.
spelled reload
They're
wrong.
one-shot weapons, right?
5
No.
shot.
They're 5-shot.
These have 5 ammo to them.
Okay, I'll take 2.
Yeah, I'll throw a spare over my shoulder.
Okay. Hang on a minute. Just make sure that you mark down what you're taking.
Mm-hmm.
What type of weapon is it?
The spear gun? That is going to be yeah, that. Hang on a second. Let me pop open a sheet here. Hello.
Probably missile.
No, it's yeah, let's call it a missile weapon. That works.
Yeah, because I don't have that skill.
Of course.
I'll put it to you this. Well, you don't have fire combat either, do you?
I do. Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. You know what? You're right. It's more of a missile weapon than it is fire combat. So
Yeah, it's a crossbow. It's all good.
okay. Hang on a second. I'm trying to write the next one. Okay. Oh, come on. There are, like I said, there are 10 of each of these. Okay.
Whoever isn't taking a grenade, I'm taking the rest.
And the flare gun is, in fact, a fire combat weapon.
I'm sorry.
The underwater flare gun, is that a fire combat weapon?
Yeah. Yeah, you can do that.
I'm taking a brace of those. In other words, I'm taking 2.
Before you go, do you want me to cast any spells for you? If you want, I can disguise you. Or that's about it.
I do have to apologize to you, Josh. This adventure was not written with giant floating starfish in mind.
I mean, if you want, you could just have me modify one to mimic the water breathing cantrip.
Hang on a minute. Let me check something out.
Can one of these suits be a diving bell?
The diving bell is the helmet.
I mean, a big, diving ball.
What if I just pour my potion of growth all over it?
Hey, hang on. Let me kind of work with the equipment for a minute. Y'all are starting to freak me out.
Sorry.
All right. Just throwing that out there. You can noodle on it all you want to. You don't have to do it. Because this is true. A giant starfish was not in mind.
Yeah.
But we probably could use someone to guard the plane and do communications and at least let us know if the real Pharaoh shows up.
I guess I could do interaction attacks too through it.
Yeah, you might be able to. Okay, I know we're getting close to time for the night, so probably we're gonna get into scene 2 and call it good. But there's still some more stuff to do. So,
what's the damage on the flare gun?
What damage?
It's an underwater flare gun.
Yep.
Does it not have a damage?
Nope.
Okay.
Actually, do either Dogfight or Mo have science or weird science?
No.
What about evidence analysis?
Yeah, no.
Neither of you has evidence analysis.
I can't speak for Mo, but I don't have a mind.
Neither does Mo. So
yeah, we could compare just how stupid we are at a later date.
You could have a beer pong fest and call it good. Is that what you're saying?
we run around in shiny costumes and say, "Shoot me!" It's not exactly the smartest way to do things.
No. Okay. So there are 10 of those octa grenades, and you can kind of read how they work. It's almost like winding something up and letting it go.
So is this grenade a missile weapon or a melee weapon?
It's a missile weapon. You have to make a missile weapons roll to send it in the right direction. Okay? And it only goes a maximum of 15 meters. So if you of course, the blast radius is only 2.5 meters on it. So as long as you send it to the maximum of its short range, you're in good shape. Okay. And then it goes into medium range. And of course, the modifiers are going to be as normal. I know you don't have mines, Mo and Dogfight.
Thank you.
But I'm talking to the characters, not the players. I want you to each go ahead and give me a roll of mind, please.
Everyone?
Well, if you have science or weird science, you can also give me a roll.
Scholar won't help, would it?
No, because that's for aerospace planes.
Okay. Oh, for those.
Okay, no for Mo, unless he wants to spend a possibility.
I've got plenty. I'll spend a possibility.
Okay, now, hang on a second. What did you roll? Your roll was 16, so don't forget to select Mo, and then click on the possibility.
Mo is selected. Possibility. Submit.
Okay, now, dogfight, do you want to make a roll?
I can try, sure.
If you want to.
Okay. Well, give me a second.
And then, okay, nobody else has science or anything like that, so I'm not going to worry about it too much.
Okay, I don't know what I just did.
Select your character.
I did.
Okay, open your character sheet.
I did that.
Click on mind in the attributes box.
Right.
Okay, it should bring up something.
Okay, there it goes.
Yeah. Is there a modifier? No. So that remains 0, and you click on submit. Okay.
Roll the second. I guess I'll go ahead and spend a positive.
Well, if you want to, but let's put it this way: that allows you to give a +1 to Mo's total, since you guys are trying to kind of figure things out. You're not necessarily trying to work together, but let's just have it be that way. So these are not flare guns. You go over them and kind of read them, and kind of figure out from the graphic that's on the side of it that it's actually
a manual.
Well, yeah, there may be a manual in the box. Okay, that's not a bad idea. Okay, and these are torpedo pistols.
Okay.
Damage is 18.
Ooh.
So the range is as posted for the underwater flare gun. So is the ammo. So is the reload time. Okay, but add damage 18.
Okay. And this is a fire combat weapon.
Yeah, that's going to be more of a fire combat weapon than a heavy weapon or anything like that.
Yay!
Too bad they can only work underwater, if I'm correct on my understanding.
Now, keep this in mind. Once you fire the weapon, you have to reload it. It is a single shot weapon. Okay?
So ammo 1, not 3.
Correct. But you have enough shells there that you could attach them to a utility belt for your suit.
Okay.
So let's see. It's a torpedo pistol. Damage 18.
That's why I'm taking 2 of these.
Small explosion. 1 meter. So those cause a small explosion as well. Are you guys ready to move on to scene 2?
Sure.
Before we do that, I would like to try one more chance to get in on this action.
Okay. What do you want to do?
You said that we buried around the idea of modifying one of the heads of these diving suits into a diving bell.
Well,
would it be possible?
The literal technical term for them is a diving bell. Okay, you wear it on your head. It's got things like that. Could you expand the helmet? I don't know. So
maybe with the potion of growth I have.
Well, you wanted also to look at cantrips, right?
Well, no, that was just a suggestion as to justify how I might be able to pull remolding the suit off.
Maybe you could reverse your potion and make you smaller, and then we can shove you into one of these things.
Put you in a pocket.
Okay, I'm going to leave water breathing open. What does your... Okay, Potion of Growth is out of aisle, right?
Yes.
What page? It should be on your list. If it's not, I can find it, but it's going to take me a minute.
Yeah, let me pull it up and help you look right now. I'm just
Gear
trying to...
48. Okay. Enchanted and arcane items. Okay, what I actually need...
Maybe it only works on creatures is the thing I'm worried about, which would probably mean...
Consumable magic items. Potion of Growth. Become one size larger for 1 minute. See text. Hang
this would not help.
on. The character becomes one size category larger for 1 minute, +1 strength and wounds, and +2 shock. Attacks against the character are +2 to hit. Taking this potion cancels a shrink potion or spell.
So this won't help. I'll just stay behind.
Yeah, a potion of shrinking only allows 1 minute as well. This is going to take a little while. So
I'll hold down the fort.
Okay. And again, we're going to be inventive and creative when we pick things up next week. Right now, what I want to do is kind of get you, those of you who can drop off, dropped off. Let's see. You know what? There is water breathing. It is a cantrip. It's Axiom level 22. Oh, wait a minute. Cantrips only work in Isle, don't they?
Yeah, I mentioned that already.
Oh, yeah, you did, didn't you? Refers to spells that exist everywhere in Isle. No training in spellcasting is needed. A cantrip can be cast by anyone with the correct skill level in Isle, but cannot be cast outside of Isle unless the caster has the cantrip perk. Do you have the cantrip perk?
Nope.
Okay. Let's see something. I'm going to look at your sheet for a minute. You have 5 experience points. It's probably not going to help. Unspent 10. Story. Let's see. Instead, okay, never mind. It would cost you 15 to get it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
I'll guard the ship.
Okay, all right. Well, sorry about that.
Communications is important, and also, he could perhaps interact.
Yeah, he may be able to interact. Okay.
Yeah.
But keep in mind that we're going to have to get real inventive with this if he is to interact. Okay. So.
We just have our mics open on a party line.
Well, yeah, that's generally how radios actually work. So, okay, hang on. Let me. Well, see, that's not really going to help. Okay. For all those who are going, I need a piece of paper real quick. Okay, this will work. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, for all of those who are going, I need you to roll 1d20. You can. It's not an open-ended d20, so you can just grab it from the left menu if you want. Okay, so let me get over here so I can see this. Okay, so, and it's just 4 of you that are going? Hello?
Hello?
I'm going.
Yeah, I'm going. So.
Okay, so,
Dogfight's doing well.
yeah, very well.
Even though I accidentally rolled twice.
Why don't we all, suit up as best we can, then we turn and check our buddy.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, while you guys are figuring that out, I'm going to finish this up real quick. Let me change this. All right. Dogfight. Show nameplate.
We need to leave Thuban, one of the sun.
I wonder if I could cast spells through this, I say, gesturing to the radio.
Don't know, but we can definitely hear you, and you can hear us. And we're going to leave you some of these weapons that you can handle. The sun dagger.
For Mo. Hey, Mo. Okay. Pop that open. Captain Mo Gonzalez. Show nameplate. Okay. Control A. Oh. There we go. Now. Shock. Okay, I've got one. How could you go to spend XP? Shock. Shock. Change to shock.
Changed to not shocked at all.
Not shocked at all. Not a bit. There we go. That's a good boy. But I still got to wait for that to change. Okay, there we go. Now, wounds. Numbers. Come on, put the numbers in there. You can do it. Why is it not putting the numbers in there? That's the same one I used for everybody else. All right, Mo, what did you do to your character sheet?
God only knows.
This is true.
You better quickly tell Paul, because he is your god right now.
I may be the game operations director.
Liz, the game's operational director.
That's as far as it goes. Okay, W-O. It takes me right back to the same spot. Do you have no wounds?
That would be weird.
That would be super weird. It turns to wound. Everything updates there, but now I'm not able to... Okay, let me try and find the other one. There are 433 things for me to choose from on here for your character sheet. Usually, I can just type in the first couple of letters, and there it is. There's willpower adds. No, that's not it. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, well, I'm going to put in possibilities. I'll come back and change the wounds here in a minute. POSS, possibilities. And that one comes out just fine. What are your... Wait a minute, hold on. I can move this and find out what your freaking wound level is. 0 out of 3.
Should be 3.
Yeah, so 0, 3. I've had this happen a couple of times where it kind of gets really weird. Okay, so let's save those changes. Yay! That's all there. Now, I've got to edit this. Okay. We do not have a selected token for you. So we're going to use that selected token. That's why things weren't working right, because you didn't have the new Mo token, which is the old Mo token, changed correctly. Okay, now, let me close this. Come on. Okay. And let me take this one and put it on the GM layer, because there's not 5 of you. There's only 4. So, now, I'm just going to move everybody over so that you can see what's going on. All right. Does everybody see the new map? Thuban won't. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy Thuban over. He won't be able to do anything underwater, but at least you can see what's going on when we go back to this, like, next week.
Okay.
Okay, come on, switch. Son of a... Okay.
Oh, it sounds like this has finally got your goat.
Well,
You were going so good for a while.
yeah, I know. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to modify Thuban's dynamic lighting so that he can see. You can't tell everybody about this, okay? So
I'm a GM. I know how to keep secrets.
There you go. That's my friend right there. Okay. Come on. You can do it. There we go. 15 meters. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put that up to 45 so you can see what's going on. Underwater. Sharpen effect. Don't need that. Limit field of vision. No. Bright light. The token is not going to emit light.
I've got it. I know what my role for this act is. To be the sports announcer.
Okay.
And here we have Captain Gonzalez with the ball.
Now, let me ask a question. Does anybody else see more than they're supposed to see? Or are you seeing basically a dark map with some light on it?
I'm seeing a dark map with like a cone of light.
There you go.
Yes, totally, yeah.
Is that the same for Chris and Dogfight?
Yep.
Okay, but Thuban, what do you see?
I see many things.
Basically the whole map?
Yes.
Okay, that's what you're supposed to see. Now, we'll make this work again next week. So here's what it is. Donning the gear so graciously provided by Dr. Mobius, each of you dressing and outfitting yourselves on top of the massive wing of the PBYC plane, the import of your task again pervades your minds. Once you're all ready to go, Captain LaFleur gives the signal to drop. He was adamant all of you had to go at the same time. The sudden loss of mass on each of the port and starboard portions of the wing makes the aircraft bob up and down rapidly and sway from side to side for a moment, though the seaplane stops rocking soon after. This is your last image of the plane and the cloudy skies above as the lenses on your diving bell darken with your rush beneath the waves. As the light from the world above the waves almost immediately disappears, a faint blue glow fills your visor. Instead, and you see your destination. The vortex still swirling around the source of the light, and for the first time in 4 days, you know the end is approaching. The faint yellow bulbs within your helmet join the blue light as they signify your emergency escape boots on the suit are charged and ready to work at your command. By way of ensuring you're ready, you feel the tools attached to your belt, ensuring the hooks are secure except for the one item you choose to put in your hand. Each of you can kind of decide which one item you want. Okay? Your decision.
Sun blade?
Sure, that's fine. Just kind of remember it for next week. You can have one item in your hand. And you can actually designate those when we start playing next week. All right. Your descent requires 1/4 of an hour to complete as various objects on the seafloor come into focus, the largest of which is a 17th century shipwreck resting atop an undersea mesa. The vortex tightens down and disappears into the cargo hold of the ship. Unfortunately, guiding yourself to a landing is, at best, difficult. You are on target to land within 30 yards of the ancient sailing vessel, and then it will be a race to get to the hold as long as nothing else is there to block your path. Your heavy boot soles hit silt before you realize it, jarring you from any thoughts, and you see shadows from the side lenses of the diving bell resting very heavily on your shoulders. Because of the limited field of view, however, you are unable to tell what, if anything, is out there. More sharks, perhaps? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that takes care of that. So, go ahead. Let's see. Selecting one item. Okay, if you go to change an item, whether you just drop an item or try and reattach it to your suit in one round and then pick up the next one, these are no longer free actions. They will take a full round to do, and you'll have to make a dexterity test. Okay?
So we're very clumsy now.
Yep, you're pretty much very clumsy now. So I do need to see something. Let's see. Let me Yeah, I've got that turned on. Okay, no snapping. I need to see what your ranges are to various places. You probably can't see these arrows, so you know what? I'm not going to worry about that test. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that test because the map doesn't allow for it. So, the next time we go to get together, here's where we are. Okay? Thuban can kind of see what's going on. You can move Thuban around if you want to kind of check things out. I do have certain precautions already in place. So, if you understand what I mean.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So, it's going to be kind of difficult for me to kind of go back and forth between light and darkness because I can set the darkness on this page. Let's see, dynamic lighting. Let's see, daylight mode. I don't want daylight mode. Okay, there we go. So let's see, I think that's it. If I set that to 27%, things, nope, that's even brighter. Oh, I know why. Because Thuban is all lit up. So it doesn't matter what my dynamic lighting is set to. So I'll just have to remember, you guys can only see so far. All right. So what do you think? Is that good enough for this evening?
Think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great place to stop, and it's right on time.
Okay.
Exactly. Let's quit while we're ahead.
That makes sense. So all of you have at least 3 possibilities, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
All right, then here we go. Next week you will be in for what I hope to be a very pleasant ride. Something that you have not really witnessed all that much in our game so far, because you haven't seen. Let's see, GM info. No, I don't want that there. Something you haven't really been able to participate in all that much. Okay. I think what I've got here is going to be really cool for you guys.
Okay.
All right. All right, so I'm going to bid you all adieu and good night.
Sweet dreams, everybody.
Same to you guys. Take care.
Good
All
night, all. Y'all have a great evening. This was a lot of fun.
It always is. It always is.
I'm glad to hear that because sometimes I feel like I'm really dragging here.
Don't worry. I'm sure I'll be able to at least do something cool next session.
You
know what?
always manage to do something cool every session.
Yeah, we'll work on it. We'll figure it out. Okay.